Well, shall we go to the infirmary? Lena brought me out of my thoughts. We've been just standing near the canteen for some times. Thank you. What for? She looked at me in surprise. Well, for getting me out of there. I shouldn't have told her that. Dancing was not my thing. It's, so boring there. Seems to me you just maybe don't like dancing. Maybe. There was not a trace of sarcasm on her toothed or even childlike face. She really didn't understand. Yes, don't like it at all. Not into it at all. Me too. No one ever invites me to the dance. Lena blushed and started to gaze as usual. Strange. What's strange? Well, that no one ever invites you. You think so? You're hitting on her. No, Sylvia, the blonde. We've been through this before, kind of. And actually, I ended up with Alice by accident. And I know why I ended up with Alice by accident now. I got confused and couldn't find the words to say in return right away. Yes, certainly. Whatever. If I liked dancing, I would have invited you for sure. Totally. Yeah. Thanks. We didn't say a word the rest of the way. Lena obviously felt too confused by my awkward compliment, and I just didn't know what topic to choose for the conversation. It was completely dark by that time, and gloomy building in the infirmary covered in a night mist looked strangely like a haunted house. I felt a strong desire to turn around, stick it out, even white boys have to shout, "Baby got back." Sorry, without making a noise. I threw a quick glance at Lena and noticed that she looked like usual, shy, modest, uncertain, but not in any way scared. It just made me even more uncomfortable. It can't be that she's not scared while suddenly an owl hooted nearby and I shivered. You bastard! You followed me from the dance, didn't you? Go bother some hot teenager instead, I'm here. Bastard. How many licks does it take to get to the center of Tootsie Pot? You know what you're asking. Anyways. Lena seemed to either not hear it nor pay it any attention, or just not to be scared at all. I hardly believe the third option, but I didn't want to ask her about it, giving away my own fear. I entered the infirmary and found a switch in the dark. Da! Will the nurse come later? Or will I come first? Hey now. She won't come. That's why she never satisfied. Okay, she won't come. Understood. Wait a second. What do you mean won't come? I see. Is it not that I'm afraid to be alone with Lena indoors at night with no one around? Only in the movies does something happen under such circumstances, and dating sim visual novels, slightly pornographic movies involving actors. It's just that I'm with Lena and not Sylvia, and it seriously changed my attitude towards things happening. The boxes, they're over there. She pointed to her messy stack of boxes. There was about a dozen of them. It would take much more than 10 minutes of work. I put the boxes on a table before me and started to take out the contents. There were bandages, lots of little packages of bandages. Here, take this. And they gave me a piece of paper. There are some fields, and I quickly realized that I should be putting the name in the left, description in the middle, if there's one, and the quantity in the right field. It's not a database, but it'll do. The work started in full swing. Simon. Nani? I looked at Lena. She stared at me for a couple of moments. Excuse me. Never mind. It was physically hard, my penis, for me to just sit there without saying a word. However, I didn't dare speak first, not only because I couldn't think of a good topic of conversation, but that I was just feeling shy. This girl could easily be embarrassed by anything. My penis, for example. Simon? Yes. You're counting them all over again. Indeed, I started to count and put into the database the bandages I've already counted. Oh, Gomendasai. She didn't answer. Hey, where are you from? I mean, where did you come from? Where'd you go? Where did you come from? Cotton Eye, Lena? Meaning, where were you born? I mean, where do you live? I mean, how your bra size and measurements. There's a town not far from here. Not far from here. Where's that? Somewhere over the rainbow! I am really drunk. Looks like she didn't want to talk about it. Lena is hiding something too. It's explainable in the case of Olga, but in Lena's case, it's absolutely not like her. Is it a secret? No, just. So, is somewhere in the south too? I should have thought of something more original. Every single one of my sudden ideas turned out to be came out the wrong way, and this attempt to play spy worked only even worse. And I thought about the South just because the only pioneer camps in the Soviet Union I remember were in Albuquerque. Yes. Lena hesitated to reply. I couldn't quite tell if she was lying or not. Don't you like it here? I wonder what part of what I said made her think so. Absolutely not. I love it here in Seattle. My false friendliness sounded like insincere, grating on the ears. What about you? I like it. It is so calm here, and lots of books in the library. And the people are nice. Nice, but not all of them. Why? Did I really say the last bit out loud? Turns out I did. Well, you know. Elsa, for example, she's like the Energizer Bunny, a reference that hasn't been made yet, with a completely unbalanced point of power application. Battery? What? Maybe I really was sent back in time. Yeah, that was the 90s, or was it the 80s? It just keeps going and early 90s, I think. Never mind. Or Elsa. They say a pioneer is the kid's role model. Certainly doesn't describe her. If everyone started following her example, it would be a complete disaster for this country. However, thinking about it now, you can draw the same conclusion that everyone didn't follow the example of Alice in the 80s, where I probably would be at right now. She's not like that, actually. Not like that? Not like what? Not like what you said about her. To begin with, I hadn't said anything. I just stated the fact that she's not the best example to follow. Well, maybe. Sounds like you know her well enough. Probably. Do you know her biblically? Would you like to share with the class? Please? X, Y, R, that's a backwards R, C, C, E. I'm trying to see if they hit a message in there. Is that a letter? Is that the Omicron symbol? Why is there an exclamation point here? Anyways, I'm trying to distract myself from you. Alice and Lena were so different. The idea that they could know each other, could be close, was unbelievable for me. We come from the same town. As if she had foreseen my question. We have common friends, even though Alice is a year older than me. So that would make her... Okay, let's figure out the ages here. Olga's 25. That's been established. Everyone's supposed to be over the age of 18. So that means the youngest, Elsa, is 18. Let's say then you are 19. Everyone else is 19. Alice is 20? Maybe? That seems a bit old to still be going to pioneer camp. Whatever. A bit strange. Or not like that. I'm just surprised, that's all. Everyone gets surprised. Lena smiled a bit. I took a second box. That word, active charcoal. That word, active charcoal. Saline solution, potassium, permagat. That word. Lena always spoke in simple sentences. How can I communicate with her even if every conversation turns into a monologue or just an awkward silence? I wasn't quite satisfied with such a state of things. Sometimes it looked like she was hiding something behind her mask of shyness. But what? A freak that wants to be in the sheets. What? You know, I read a book not too long ago. Only one. Do you like science fiction? Not much. Damn! Another failure. I was going to talk about The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, but then again, that hasn't been written yet. Or has it? I honestly don't know when it was written. Damn you, ticking clock! Well, if you don't like it, then what books do you like? You know, all kinds. The conversation wasn't going smoothly and I had to turn it off for the better. Who knows why, but I thought about the dance again. Feelings of uneasiness, discomfort, and even shame overwhelmed me once more. Looks like I am not that different from Lena when it comes to such things. I am shy and afraid of things I don't understand or I can't do. I should probably overcome my own fears and become something else. Become the Dover King! No, wait a minute. And this will help me to understand her better. I made up my mind and mounted. There are only a couple boxes left. Yes. Hey, I got an idea. Zip. How about we go to the canteen afterwards? I think the tape recorder was taken back there. What is it doing in the canteen? I hesitated. What for? Her silence made it clear that she hadn't the slightest idea what I was going after. I'm just a pervert. Well, frankly speaking, I don't give a damn. You like that book, right? Gone with the Wind, making a reference? I just don't know how to dance. That's why I don't like it. That's the reason I was so confused back there. Maybe I could thank you by dancing naked with you. But she stopped sorting out the medicine for a moment, blushed, and then looked right into my eyes. I got a bit stubborn. It really was a stupid idea. It's okay if you don't want to. I don't insist. What if someone sees us? I certainly didn't think about that. It's not a big deal. But everyone's asleep already. We're in a room together, alone. It's always been my fetish to make love in a giant pot of kompot. Just help me this one time, Lena! Sorry. And no one's going to go to the canteen at night, except we did once, me and Sylvia. How will we get there? I should have thought about that beforehand. Well, I don't have Sylvia's keys, but didn't want to mention it. I did have Sylvia's keys. Get the wrong idea about stealing them. The moment I regretted that I still didn't have my cell phone from the camp leader. Olga talked my head off and I forgot it. Anyways, I had to say something to get away from this awkward topic. What kind of music do you like? All kinds. That's everyone's answers. No one ever says one type of music. They all say, what kind of music you like? I like all kinds of music, you know. And it's always followed by, you know. I mean, I'm not really into it. Then let's imagine that it's playing now. I mean, that we hear it playing. Pretty lady. How's that? Through the world of imagination. I'm cheating, sloppy, drunk. Let's play it in your head. I still remember the melody that the pioneers were dancing to. The music and the words were really clear in my memory. I'm not sure I can do it. She said, not me. Sorry. You can just try. Probably. I got her consent to dance. To dance! One step at a time to dance. By the way, is that a Mac too? In Lena's case, even that probably can be. No, yes. Ellipses lectured me about the proper form of consent and how things are in college conditions, and yeah, not good. We silently sorted medicine supplies for the rest of the time, writing down their names and quantities. I should pay more attention to every word I say after such luck. I stayed silent most of the time, though. Soon we were finished with the last box. I gave Lena a filled-in list and started to stare at her boobs. I mean, like I saw Bigfoot riding a unicycle while juggling piglets. Sorry, I'm just actually trying to imagine Bigfoot, unicycle, and piglets from Winnie the Pooh. Oh bother! Oh bother! Roar. Oh bother! Oh yeah. Anyways, it was amazing, frightening, and above all, memorizing. Suddenly, she broke out in laughter. What? That look of yours. What about it? It's just funny. Really? Yes, you were, so where are we going to go? Where? Her last words unsettled me, and I completely forgot what we were talking about. Frankly speaking, I had completely left this world for a moment. Well, you know, bow chicka wow wow. Well, you know, sorry, to dance. Like the waves on the ocean, romance, I believe I said that last time. Lena blushed, her face took a strange expression, and then blah, blah, blah. Ah, yes, of course. I was just lost in your green fields of eyes. Let's go to the pier. I don't know why I chose that place. Maybe because they drew a picture there and ran into the Pioneer Square, the residential area near the canteen, but not the pier. That's why I thought, at least. Or maybe because the large bright moon reflecting on the water in the night would reflect beautifully off your skin. And it's a full moon today. I don't know how, but the solution just offered itself. If you don't mind, that is. No, that's a nice place. Lena locked the door and we made our way to the pier. Night fell on a sleepy camp. Should we follow the road? Why? It would be faster if we just cut a path through the forest. It's dark. Are you afraid? Not really. If you want to. Okay. But can I? Squeeze. Without finishing a sentence, she grabbed my arm. It's okay with you? Now it was my turn to blush. Of course. We walked through the forest. It was hardly a forest, though. More like a small grove between the camp and the pier. About 100 meters long. Don't know how long. Oh, 100 meters. Yeah, I know how long that is. I used to do the 100-meter dash, of course. I would never think that there would be anything to be afraid of, even on my own. But it just seemed like Lena's fear was contagious. Now she just wanted to press up against you. The branches swayed over us. I shuddered, and Lena clung to my arm even more strongly. Don't be afraid. It must be a squirrel. A nocturnal squirrel. Yeah. We reached the pier. The night was really beautiful, as was Lena. I walked close to the river and called Lena. Look! The pier, the bathhouse, boathouse. Why isn't there a bathhouse? And why is there still a train there? Is there always a train there? Well, Seattle is known for its locomotion. Mm-hmm. Looks like another world with the surface of the water being the door to Wonderland. You could just jump and find yourself on the other side. May I have this dance? I extended my hand and bowed clumsily. Lena hesitated. I was drunk, and I must have overdone it with my mannerisms. There's nothing to fear. I'm not good at this either. Why either? She never said that she couldn't dance, though it was kind of obvious. Okay. She gave me her hand, and I led her a bit aside with a gentle and gently put my arms around her waist. When I put your hands upon my hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. That was, for you kids, that was a song that was popular when I used to do dances as a kid. It was the Tootsie Roll, yeah. I put my hand upon your hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. We put your hands on my hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. Anyways, we stood just like that for a few moments. And what's next? Well, I don't know. Don't you remember the song? Barely. But I didn't remember. Great, let's waltz like they do in the movies. How's that? Instead of answering her, I carefully started to move in a circle with Lena. See, it's not that hard at all. Yeah. We waltzed for several minutes, or whatever you would call it, clumsily stepping on each other's foot. I felt her warmth though we were not that close to each other. Her chest heaved heavily and her face started to blush more and more, because you were looking at her chest more than her face. Lena didn't look at me, averting her eyes to one side or another. I suddenly realized that I've never felt anything like this before. It was tenderness overtaking reality, as if I found myself in another better world. I'm going after Sylvia this time. Last time I did this, I ended up having sex with having sex with Vodka and Alice. Not necessarily in that order. I realized I didn't want to let this girl. Yes, you do, because you're going after the blonde. And that I wouldn't give up anything just to waltzing here forever. I clasped Lena tighter, and only then she looked straight at me. There was surprise, confusion in her gaze, but no fear whatsoever. She wasn't afraid of me, and didn't push me away. And you said you couldn't dance. I really can't. I was confused. I didn't expect this kind of reaction from her. Where has her confusion, shyness, and fearness disappeared into? She turned into a tiger and pounced. You dance pretty well too, you lady. I know. A playful smile crossed her face, or maybe it seemed so to me. No, I swear I saw it. How is this possible? The image of the shy, modest Lena didn't fit together with this moment at all. What should I say? Nothing inappropriate. Everything to my mind is inappropriate, so I shouldn't say anything. What should I do next? Again, don't ask me. It's just a bunch of dick jokes at this point. I could only keep on waltzing with her in this dance, which was getting stranger with every passing minute. Simone, where are you? The voice came from the edge of the forest. Damn it! Another cock block. Simone! It was Olga. She must have been worried because I hasn't been back for a long time. I should have guessed that the tireless camp leader would start searching for her lost pioneer. I should have warned her beforehand. Oh, there's no point in thinking about it now. Lena looked at me questioningly. Being seen together would not be the best things. Why? Let's go and tell her about everything. Let's get hitched. Let's leave this place. Let's go to Vancouver and find the X-Files. No, let's hide and return to camp later. Her idea was strange. Everything was going well. At least something was starting to work out. Or seemed like it. But what was that something? Was it the star in the distance? Was it... Don't say the joke. Okay, then. I decided not to argue. It wasn't appropriate in the situation. Olga shouted for a while and left. Let's go. Hi. Lena didn't grab my arm on the way back, sadly. I was a bit frustrated, but wasn't certain enough to take the first step. We kept silent. It was not the typical Lena to start. It wasn't typical of Lena to start a conversation. I just didn't know what to do. I was, what to say after everything that happened at the pier. She kept as I hardly drives by in my neighborhood. She kept looking at the ground all the way back, keeping her usual expression. What a bizarre change. Or, to be more precise, what was bizarre was that smile at the pier and Lena's words. Ellipses agreed. Hey, Gendo. She stopped at the square. I gotta go. All right. Thank you for today. You betcha. Lena turned around and headed towards her cabin, and I kept standing there where I was. What the hell was that? Gendo didn't reply. And why did they just leave all this dance equipment out there? You could rob it, go to the town, and buy a ticket to Vancouver. Again, it's spitting distance of Seattle. It was like I was embracing another Lena in that short moment. That's right, she wasn't herself. She seemed completely different. Maybe I don't know her well enough. I had a feeling before that Lena hides something under that mask of shyness. It takes much longer than 2 days to understand someone. Damn! What should I do? Maybe I was just seeing things. Ellipses agreed. Again, Ellipses being very agreeable, which is nice because I don't have to yell at him as much. I walked towards the leader's cabin. The whole camp was sleeping, so there was no one to see me. So what? What was wrong with a pioneer taking a walk at night? When I was almost at the door, I heard a noise behind me. The branches and brushes near the tree rustled as if someone moved there. There shouldn't be any wild animals here, right? Well, in Seattle, I think there's wolves. Someone must have been watching me. The very moment I rushed in the direction of the noise, forced myself through the bushes and looked around. It was too dark, and I didn't see anyone or anything or anyone. There's no point in going on. Even if someone was watching me, he must have been, or she, gone already. I went back to the cabin. I went back to the cabin. I thought I clicked a button. The light was on. Looks like she's still awake. Why didn't I see you at the dance? And why the hell aren't you an option in all this? You're the one that stole my heart from the beginning. Oh, cabin leader Olga. Simon! Where have you been? What do you mean where? Me and Lena have been sorting some medical supplies in the infirmary. I told you that before, didn't I? Really? When was that? It took you long enough. I was in the infirmary half an hour ago. It was closed and lights were off. Well, we decided to take a little walk. I'm fretting about you. You were out having a walk? Well, sorry. I'll let you know about it beforehand next time. Please do. Go to bed. It's late. I can't help agreeing with her. By the way, she's still undressed. She still has to get undressed. Wow, the fake coughing is actually getting to me.